I'm flipping a bird is a word. I'm flipping a bird is a word. I'm flipping that bird, that police and nerves. I think outside the back.
First and foremost, let's start off. Rest in peace, Peter Angelos.
Yes.
Rest
in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Prayers to loved ones and friends and all of that, and new beginnings too.
Yeah, new beginnings, and he did a lot in the community. So we're gonna start with love. I'm just blessed. All right,
we're all blessed.
Yeah, all blessed. Let's start with the team that was sold and hopefully is made official, so people can get to work and do what they have to do.
Talking about Wednesday now.
Yeah, Wednesday. Okay. I like that. I like that. But season opener, season opener, 28th. We got some finality as far as the roster goes, roster construction. Who made it? Who didn't? That's the talk of the town. As far as who didn't, a young man by the name of Jackson Holiday will start this season off as a base sock. I don't have any boos on my board. I need to because
he's not starting AAA.
Oh, AAA. I'm sorry. Sorry. Wrong team. Norfolk. I'm sorry. He's in Norfolk, but I needed a better reasoning from Mike Elias. And why am I hearing from Elias? I wanted to hear from Brandon Hyde, which lets me. I don't even think this is a Hyde decision. But when you tell me that, he's young and he has to learn how to hit lefties, well, in 18 games in AAA last year, he raked. And I know he raked against left-handed pitching. The best left-handed pitching that he'll see is going to be in the show. Not down there. I need something better than that.
Yeah. Skull, you're on to something, man. And the way I look at it is it's too prone, right? We saw him develop through the ranks and quickly move through the ranks last season. So we knew he was on a fast track to the majors. We also knew that we have a lot of infield depth, especially in the middle infield and the corners. Second base was one of those, openings per se that we kind of knew we would need somebody to slide in, whether it's Jordan, whether it's Jackson, whoever. We needed somebody long-term to slide in there with Gunnar positioning himself as a shortstop and his agent positioned him as a shortstop. And then, third base, we had, more than a few options there. First base, more than a few options, so on and so forth. So we could have got Jackson ready for second base. If that was the excuse, we could have got Jackson ready for second base last season. Remember, we had Gunnar playing, 15 different infield positions. So I'm sure we could have got Jackson some time at second base. And then also, coming into the spring training, Elias said that Jackson had a great shot to make the team. So what did he do with that great opportunity? He hit 311, 354 and /600 as far as slugging percentage. What else do you need to do to show that you're ready? So is it about not hitting lefties? Is it about service time? Is it about just wanting to be extra cautious? I don't know what it is about, but I don't know.
Service time.
It's definitely service time because you didn't even bring up, he struck out a lot, which he did. He did strike out a lot compared to walks, but he's 20. But you didn't say that was an issue because it wasn't. It's even with the strikeouts, which was double digits, he hit 311.
What are we talking about?
So what are we talking about? He hit 311. He looked like he hit some lefties good to me. Looked like
those
he hit
stats alone should
everybody
give you
good
an
to me.
opportunity over the people that made the team over him. When the only way they justified saying somebody else made the team over him in the infield is experience. Well, one way to get experience is to get experience, but you can't tell me people had a better spring than him. And you also can't tell me people are more talented. So, you see teams around the league mixing and matching, their World Series hopes with their future and trying to find the correct balance. You see the Rangers, you talked about it, Scott. I'm sure you'll talk about it more now in this setting, but you see the Rangers, they're doing that delicate balance. Like, are you in it to win it, or are you worried about 6 years from now? And if you're worried about 6 years from now, cool. Just make sure you re-sign them.
Yeah.
Make that be a priority since we're so worried about the future. Bet Make sure he's an Oriole for the rest of his life.
But coming off the hills of last season, Nick, you think it'd be all gas, no brakes, right? Like one would think.
That's what we thought.
That's how I'm going into the season thinking. Like, granted, how the season finished is not how we wanted it to look, but this is a young team, a lot of young gunners. I'm thinking you coming into this season and you ready to go. To not see him make the roster opening day, discouraging as a fan. I just want to see the best players out there. Like that's all I want to see as a fan.
You got Texas, who obviously won the World Series last year. Their top prospect, number 6 in the pipeline, Wyatt Langford, who played, if not the same amount of AAA games or less than Jackson, got the call. Milwaukee, their top prospect, number 2 in the overall pipeline behind Jackson, made their team. We got Joey Ortiz and DL Hall. They also made Milwaukee, who came from our pipeline. So I'm saying that to say I honestly, and I haven't done extensive research, but just off of the top prospects that I've seen reported, Jackson is the only one that did not make it.
Yeah.
So that lets you know that people are trying to win. People have intentions on signing extensions for these young guys. That, that's just not what we do. It's an organizational thing, which rest in peace.
It's a small market thing.
It's a new regime.
Tired of hearing that.
Yeah, it's a small market thing, but you know what to change all of that? You put the best 26 out there and go win a World Series.
You see how big of a market Baltimore is. I mean, it used to be as synonymous with baseball as the Cubs are, or the Yankees, or the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Like, we used to be up there.
Yeah, man. It's right there as far as culture.
What's the point of flaunting the best farm system if you ain't bringing them up and utilizing them and
great point,
doing what you should do with them?
There's something I just read. Even though Holiday can still gain a full year of service if he finishes first or second in the AL Rookie of the Year balancing, the Orioles would not be rewarded with a draft pick since he didn't make the opening day roster. The loss of not having another draft pick further hinders their opportunity to continue adding young talent to the roster. So long story short, I mean, him not on the opening day roster, it really isn't even a strategic thing of genius. Like, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe Elias has something cooking as far as service time, as far as draft picks. There's a roster construction angle to this. It really was no benefit for him to start in AAA other than seeing more left-handed pitching. It's like,
yeah, I needed something better than that.
All right.
I need something way better.
Now, mind you, Elias talked about not wanting to ruin a prospect, not wanting to have it so that he's brought up and then sent back down, so on and so forth. But I mean, I just thought all of those were excuses, and it wasn't just Jackson that pissed me off. It was Kyle too. Kyle Styles. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah.
He can hit lefty on lefty.
Tyler Nevin. Tyler Nevin. Did he have a spring like Kyle? I don't think so.
He didn't have a Heston spring.
Who?
He didn't have a Kobe spring. I mean, who is Tyler? What?
Because Heston can play first base and outfield.
And I get it. You don't want to call everybody up at one time. I get it.
Yeah, I know.
I understand. But Kyle deserved to make the team. And I think, these young kids, I mean, they're going to take it hard for a little bit and then it's right back to work. But I just don't see how you look at the Tylers of the world, the Urias of the world, the Jorge Mateos of the world. I get the veteran aspect of it, and I'm cool with, a couple of those vets making it as bench spots on the team. But goodness gracious, bro. Like, I guess we're complaining and we'll see Jackson in a month or two, but we'll see Kyle later in the summer. It's just, I was happy Colton made it at least. Yeah. Like that, they tried to sweat us down to the last hour with Colton. I'm like, listen, if y'all don't give us Colton, it's going to be a problem.
Right. Like, you already didn't give us Kyle. Like, if you don't bring up Colton. Like, what the hell are we doing?
I thought they was gonna bring up Ryan at some point and leave Colton in AAA. I was like, Lord have mercy, please.
Yeah, what the hell are we doing? So position players are as follows. You got Colton, Austin, Gunner, Jorge, James McCann. We know what that's for. Not mad at that. Ryan Mountcastle, Cedric Mullins. I'm gonna stop here. Are we worried about Cedric? He had a horrible spring.
If we are, we got reinforcements, so it's up to him to get.
Well, he needs
to.
He needs to be worried then. Yeah,
because we got people that are hungry to take his spot. Colton, we talked about him defensively in center, but if that bat continues to be that bat, we'll figure it out around him if that's a flaw or a weakness, so to speak. And then in the corners, I feel like we have a lot of options in the corner outfields. So.
And that's an environment you want to foster. Like, that's healthy competition. You want that. You want to feel that pressure that if I ain't up to par, somebody right behind me who can come play every day. So Cedric should definitely feel that pressure. Yeah, that's how you get the best out of him.
Yeah, 111 is terrible. Hitting 111, that's
who cares? I saw somebody hit 311. It wasn't good enough, so he'll be all right. I'm sure it's just spring training, right?
Right. Yeah, he better get it together. He better get it together. Tyler Nevin, as previously mentioned, Ryan O'Hearn, Adley, Anthony Santander, Ramon Urias, and Jordan Westberg.
I'm not mad with like how the roster shaped out. It was just a couple
nuances.
Mm-hmm. But everything else, I can understand Ramon. I can understand Jorge from a team building veteran perspective. The defense that they bring, the speed Mateo brings. I can understand how that is incorporated in the roster makeup, but we'll see. We'll see about May. What's up?
Yeah. Bullpen goes, and Nick, you can see find the starting rotation, but the bullpen: Keegan Aiken, Michael Bauman, Yanni Cano. We knew that. Danny Colomb, my boy Craig Kimbrell, CNL Perez, Dylan Tate, and Jacob Webb.
We need a Craig soundbite.
We need a trade. We need a deadline move, man. I don't like the bullpen as much as I do last year. I think it's going to be decent. I think historically we've had pretty good bullpens in Baltimore. I think we know the makeup of kind of how we want to structure a bullpen. I just think we are arm or two away from really getting back to being dominant. And with no Felix, I feel a lot worse about the end of games and getting to the 8th, 9th inning. Getting to the 8th, 9th inning is going to be difficult, so to speak, seemingly. And then once we get there, you got to hope that Cano is Cano that we saw early part of last year. And we have to hope Kimbrell is just, beating Father Time and kind of slowing down the regression that we saw last year. So a lot of hopes and wishes, but yeah, I think 1 or 2 arms, if we can get our hands on them, I think that bullpen will look a lot better. And we got a lot of time to tinker.
162 of these things. So time is on our side, but we'll see how aggressive things go, especially after Wednesday and things are made official. Starting rotation as it follows: Corbin Burns, Grayson Rodriguez, Tyler Wells, Dean Kramer, Cole Irvin. I'm not mad at that.
That's all we can do at this point.
I love to see them get somebody else in there, though. But that's like Nick said, that's all you can do at this point. But I love to see us go get another starter.
Keys, man. We're in talks. Well, we're in the running with 3 other teams with Jordan Montgomery.
And he's a lefty, right?
He's a lefty.
We need that.
We need that in the rotation.
Keep pushing Trevor Bauer out there too.
He looked good. And he looked good against the Yankees. And what he threw 2-3 innings, shut him down. He didn't do anything, y'all. He didn't do anything. He's innocent. He did. This ain't even a Deshaun thing where it's like, yo, I think that. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Like,
he didn't do anything. I don't want to get into this, but I mean, like, he did what it was asked of him.
And I'm
just gonna leave it at that.
Her videos prove, like, hey, I'm bag check. Like, he didn't do anything.
Can he throw 95 miles per hour?
Throwing 3 scoreless against the Yankees. That's somebody gonna come.
Are you not entertained?
I just hope it's us. I just hope it's us. You just saw him throw three against your rival. Like, What more I need to see
rival
from
who,
Baltimore?
just because they signed Juan Soto, they have them as AL East champions.
Yeah.
He did that against the
And I seen
champ.
that Yankee lineup last year. It was trash.
They just added him.
That's all they added. That lineup was
added
trash
him.
last year.
And don't get me wrong, he's him, but we know what's going to happen. Aaron Judge is not going to be healthy. Juan Collins, he's not going to be healthy. Like, it's going to be a mix-up. That's just what happens with them. Yeah, it's early on, but he did that against them. And he's basically begging to play for cheap. He wants a shot. Guys.
I remember the days you would get those veteran minimum contracts, and it would be viewed as low risk, high reward. You know, because if somebody has a revelation come out or a new twist to a story or a new story in general, guess what you can do? You can cut them, right?
Get rid of it.
So what's the big deal? What are we talking about? PR, public relations? Like, all right, Joe. At a certain point, we got to move past public relations. Like, that can't influence every decision we make going forward in society, bro. Like, this is crazy.
And that's what they get paid to do. Do your job. Do your fucking job. Like, you get paid to clean stuff up, clean it up. Like, come on. So, that's the team as it goes. Start off with the Angels. We went over it a couple weeks ago briefly of how the season is starting, how it bodes on paper to be not a cakewalk, but you should win almost every one of these series to start off the first month and a half.
Well, I felt a lot more confident when we were talking about guys that were hitting 3-11 and up, right?
True.
And we were talking about top prospects in the major leagues, and we we're talking about guys that, you know, always have shown some propensity to hit in our farm system, from Kyle to Jackson, so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean we don't have a team that we like. So I agree with you, Skull. We still have a great opportunity to apply some pressure early on. My confidence level is not as high as it was last week. Last week, I was ready to buy the World Series tickets, but I'm sure a little sweep here and there, it would get my confidence back, huh?
And speaking, I mean, you're talking about the Angels, the Royals, Pirates,
I see some sweeps,
Brewers, and Twins to start off the first 2 weeks of April.
I see a few sweeps.
See a few sweeps, couple series wins, dropping one here. But if we are who we think we are,
should take care of business.
Yeah.
First season open at Camden Yards since 2018 too. So the Yard gonna definitely be rocking Thursday.
Hopefully it don't rain out.
Yeah.
That sucked, but yeah, man, excited. Definitely excited. Corbin had a nice little start in his tune-up, and I noticed Grayson's the number 2 starter. We kind of called that given the makeup of the rotation, but it's going to be a big season for him.
Huge. His last outing was better than previous ones. So am I, super in the clear with him? No, but
we'll see this weekend.
We'll see. When they count, we'll see.
That's what I'm at with Grayson. We'll see.
We'll see. But it looked like his stuff was reaching 96, 97. He didn't throw as many pitches, so that's always a plus with him. But I was really pleased to see Corbin kind of turn the tide and look like what he's projected to be for us. Because you look at all the early, way too early season award winners. They got him as like Cy Young. Leading the AL in strikeout.
We've never seen that in an Orioles uniform. Maybe Messina, and that was a long time ago.
Long time ago. Yeah. Long time ago. So the fact that we have a player even in those conversations, I just want him to meet those expectations. Just be you. Just be you. You come highly regarded, highly heralded.
Listen,
be you.
Listen, you bring up Corbin. And one thing up going back to Jackson that kind of makes me confused, right? Like Corbin's on a 1-year deal. Well, he has 1 year remaining on his contract. You hope with new ownership that we can reevaluate this situation and hopefully sign him long term so this doesn't become like a 1 year stopgap type of thing. We would love to have Corbin, especially if he pitches well, for a long time in Baltimore. But as of right now, he's only with us for this season and this season only. So wouldn't it make sense to kind of call up your dogs sooner rather than later and get the most out of the baseball team? You know, these games in April matter just as much as they do in September, right? When you get to September and you're 3 games out of a division race or you're 3 games out of home field in the AL, those type of games in April matter. So,
yeah, that's a
I
fact.
don't know.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But I just want to show 2 quick videos. I don't know, Keith, if you got Gunner, but I know one of our future, just perennial all-stars, future MVP candidate, getting ready, looks locked in.
Not right there. Not there. Swung on, hit a mile way out of here to right center. And the Orioles on that swing add on to their lead at 6-2. Alcala could not put Rutschman away, and then
no Diddy. Allie done put on some size.
There's a tape measure blast to right center.
Like Allie done put on some size, man, for real.
No Fed raid or nothing. Yeah. No Fed raid.
He got some girth.
He look,
that's for sure. That swing is
looking good.
Swing is powerful. Like I always liked his little uppercut swing. Like when he connects, it's a beautiful swing.
Yeah, exit below. I think that his was 107. Gunner hit one even faster, even further. So our two best offensive weapons have been locked in. I'm really impressed with Gunner because my thing with Gunner, and of course it was spring training, but my thing with Gunner was just getting off to a fast start. So the fact that the game before the season opener, you're doing that, just continue that. Stay locked in. Whatever your swing is, whatever those little nuances that you keep them, stay locked in and hit the ground running. No,
we might have to put him down for MVP.
What's the Mars looking like?
I know that rookie of the
year. That they was.
Let's get a Nitty preseason ticket.
Yeah,
preseason future.
Yeah,
and the AL East too.
Because we definitely jumped on Gunner Rookie of the Year early last year when it was like plus 700 or something.
Hell yeah! Listen, man, I like Gunner's makeup, man. I really think he uses this season to build off of last, and he's one of those guys where, we talked about it a few shows ago. Even with the Rookie of the Year campaign, he saw so many things that he could improve upon. So I think this season I think he came in a little leaner than normal too. And these kids are growing up as well before our eyes, like not even just baseball wise, like literally physically growing up. So it's going to be and then he's in, he's not going to be utility man anymore. Like he's going to be at a stable position. I'm sure that makes him happy and his agent happy. Scott Boras, I'm sure that gives him a smile.
Boras loves it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a big year for Gunner and Adley too. I mean, I feel like Adley's going to be the first of the young guys to get an extension. He was like the main guy that kind of changed the culture. Once we drafted him, it's been up ever since. So I think he'll get his extension.
Since we brought him up.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to have a big year as well.
100-win team since we called up Adley. Like he literally changed life for Baltimore baseball. So
and you see that a lot of time with catchers.
Just
in general.
Yeah. When you get a catcher that's him, when you get a Buster, when you get a Joe Mauer, when you get somebody like that, they really do. I can't tell you the science behind it, but it's when you get that quarterback in the draft that's him, when you get a CJ Stroud and you're projected to win 4 games in the season and you intend to go to the playoffs.
It's different.
Hey, it's different. It's different. But before we move on, can't talk about baseball. Hey Shohei.
Hey. No. Not Spanish, my bad.
Hey, It's already your man said you can speak English and you can speak English good. Like the shit is starting to fall apart for you, buddy. Mike Trout said you speak English well. So you play a game, which was technically the season opener. Y'all are in the Soul Series. You're in the Soul Series, and you standing next to your mans. For those who don't know, standing next to your mans, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning over here, but regular time over there for them. And then a report comes out that, hey, Shohei's interpreter, his man's, his right hand, his A1, used to be my man. You was in my left titty. Bro apparently stole $4.5 million out of his account and has been placing illegal bets.
That's a lot of money.
Let's use our common sense here.
That ain't $40.
How did mans get access to Shohei Ohtani, one of the most famous athletes? He got access to his account, and he
as the interpreter, not the.
As
I know when a dub missing $4 million.
What?
Like, come on.
I know what.
You pretty good, Shohei. You pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Apple, why'd you take that $11.99?
Yeah, you pretty good.
Apple, this ain't the time for that. Apple, y'all
it's
always
not even an accountant. It's the interpreter.
The interpreter for somebody who speaks English.
No, so here's the plot twist too. Before he got to that part of the story, so to speak, the first things that came out the Ohtani camp were that he had a $4.5, not Ohtani, but his interpreter had a $4.5 million debt to whoever, right? Yeah. And Ohtani wired the money to whoever to clear up the debt of his interpreter. Now, after his lawyers got involved, after people started saying, yo, I think you need a lawyer, homie, because this is illegal in California, that's when the story changed. So I don't know, allegedly, I ain't trying to get him jammed up. I will say it's believed to say that none of the bets were on baseball, which is big. That's big. Right now, he's dealing with the legality of it being in California and $4.5 million being attached to your bank account.
Yeah,
but at least he didn't Pete Rose it, because if he Pete Rose it, oh my God, it would be nasty for everybody. We wouldn't see Babe Ruth anymore. That's for sure.
I think we would.
You think so?
Yeah.
They would do it like Jordan. They do it like
what?
Jordan.
I don't even think they'd tell him to go away. I don't even think they'd tell him to go away. They already got the fall guy.
True.
They already had the fall guy. They prepared for that, which let me know.
And listen, the fall guy seems like he's cool with being blamed for everything. Like Shohei was like, you know what? We're gonna kill that first excuse. He did it and he stole it.
Yeah, and he stole it.
So, hey, man.
Hey, if I'm him, I'll be
make sure my family good. I do this.
Just make sure I'm good for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
throw me a 10-piece and we good.
When that money start getting deferred, when that money start getting deferred, Shohei, and I was there when you signed it. I know when it's gonna kick in. Out of that,
I'll be out by then.
If not, I'm gonna be the first person to call Netflix, and we gonna get the Shohei was gambling documentary going real quick.
Because I'm gonna turn the
bubbles real quick.
When I first saw it, I said, "Oh, Shohei got that bag and it's tripping."
He started wilding.
He got to the good side of LA.
Let me place myself for Cy Young and MVP.
Yep. And then Shohei doesn't pay attention to other sports. Bullshit. Bullshit. A bullshit. It's $4.5 million worth of him paying attention to a lot.
You know how many parlays that was? Yeah.
Oh my God, he making Calvin Ridley look like an amateur.
Goodness,
nigga was going crazy football Sunday.
What's my man that played for the Patriots and LSU? You know, Keith.
Oh, you talking about the one who got caught back?
Yeah. He making them look like peasants. Let me show y'all how to do this. This is how you really run it up. They call me Babe. I'm the Michael. I'm the Michael. Yeah, right.
What he doing?
Yo was betting the under for itself. Yo, get me under 30. Oh, bow. Can't catch shit. Yo, y'all call me the Michael Jordan of baseball? Bet.
Yo, you know how wild it gotta be to go look at your FanDuel statement and then say you're in the whole $4.5 million. Like,
what?
They would have got him for theft before they got me.
Yeah,
in a betting scandal.
Yeah,
like if that really happened, like what? Hey man, plausible deniability.
And I can't speak English, even though I can speak English because where I come from, they teach English in like the first grade. I always thought that was weird when he said that shit. Like, wait a minute, whoa.
I read about China. They're very.
Oh yeah, they don't play that shit. They don't play that over there.
They smart over there.
They don't play that over there. They Early.
Definitely advance.
Thoughts and prayers to everybody involved.
Gunners plus 1,800, by the way.
Ooh, for MVP?
Plus 1,800. $10 wins 180. And that he has like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like the 8th best odds.
I was about to say Juan is probably number 1, isn't he?
Juan Soto plus 500.
Oh my God.
Judge plus 700 and Corey Seager plus 1,000 around out the top 3. Oh, actually, Julio Rodriguez is tied with Seager at plus 1,000.
Not mad at
That's
that.
good value plus 1,800.
Yeah, that is. That is. I'm interested to see how that plays out. And
the Orioles are plus 200 division winner. You mentioned the Yankees are the favorites.
Yeah. So before we get what's outlook expectations for us in these next 162?
I'd be comfortable and happy anywhere between 92 and 96, 98 wins. 100 wins is asking for a lot. I felt like everything went right for us, from injuries for the most part to like a lot of Hyde's decisions on a daily basis just went well. You know what I mean? The platoon and punt lineup, so to speak. Even earlier in the season when he was using untraditional starting pitching rotations, having people go 4 innings and having the bullpen get extended work. So it felt like everything went right last year. I think we have more talent this year, more talent in different areas. Don't expect another 100-win season, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did. We have the talent to do so. It's just hard. So I would think 92 to 98 compete for that AL East title. I would put us up there with Tampa Bay, maybe. Yankees have a shot always, but I always think Tampa Bay has this outside shot just because of their youth and their ability to call people up and have random people just go up.
Yeah, I feel the same as you. 92, 96, 97 wins. That's a reasonable expectation. You mentioned winning 100 is hard. Winning 100 back to back, that's even tougher. So
definitely.
But I'm thinking AL East champs. AL East champs. I see the division playing out us first. Probably Yankees second, Tampa third, Toronto fourth, Boston. Boston's dead last. They have the worst roster in the division, but I think we can go neck and neck with Houston as getting the number 1 over like having the best record in the conference. So that's what I see. That's what I want. And similar to last year, we didn't lose a lot of series. That's the key. Don't lose your series. Yeah. You win every series, especially the winnable ones. If you win every series, you push yourself in good position to end up with those 90+ wins.
For sure. And so I assume playoffs or bust, right? At the very least, there's 3 wild card spots. You got to make a playoff. As far as to what am I trying to say? As far as to not bounce back from last season, but to cement last season and build on the momentum. Anything less will be a failure.
Yes. If we don't get back, because I'm looking at we got to win one. We got to win a series.
Yeah.
Like that's a part of the expectations too. You got to win one.
I like to see how these young kids play under that pressure, play with some expectations, even though they had some expectations last season. Because remember how we ended the season before that.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying, all right, it might be time. I think we're going to take that next step into the playoffs. Well, we kind of exceeded expectations winning over 100 games and winning the division the way we did and in the fashion we did. So now I feel like even more expectations. Now you're going to be the team that teams pencil and say, oh, we got to play the Orioles this weekend.
Facts. All right, man. I'm excited. It's here. We've been talking about it a long time, and we finally get some real baseball action.
Let's go.
Angels, I feel sorry for you. We're going to shoot your wings out the sky. No
sure
pretty wings.
Saving you this time.
Nope. And Mike Trout, loyalty gets you nothing. So sorry, you got to go down with the ship, buddy. Sorry. You're a hell of a guy, but sorry.
And you got to pay them taxes. Yeah, there's nothing good about your situation.
Why wouldn't you want to leave? Get me out of here. But hey, all right. If they know you in LA, which I don't think they do, but hey, whatever floats your boat, buddy. We gonna go
They
to
know
the
Austin
first
Reeves more than him, or just as much.
I know Torian Prince more than him. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? First commercial break, Nitty Gritty.
Hey, yo, Nitty Gritty Sports Talk is now on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And while you at it, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Name the same across all platforms. Nitty Gritty Sports Talk, 3 Ravens and a Steeler. Now let's get back to the show.